Well, everyone. Uh, well, I want to make sure everyone can hear me, and as it was said right before, if you have possibility of joining me on the screen, please do that. It makes it easier. Well, my name is Bahram Dehghan. I'm a senior project manager and chief consultant in Perth municipality. My main tasks are planning sustainable development with a special focus on green transformation and job creation in the municipality. I've prepared a brief presentation of who we are and our goals and the current activities in the municipality that I will share with you now. But if you have any questions, please come on the screen and ask your questions. Thank you. I will try to share my presentations with you.
Please bear with us for a minute. Hi, Marianne. Welcome.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see faces as well. How are you enjoying the conference so far? While the PowerPoint seems to be working. That's amazing. But yeah, overall, I hope you are. Everything okay?
Yes, it is. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
We don't see your slides anymore, though.
No?
They appeared for a few seconds and now disappeared again.
Just a moment. Let me try this again.
Technology is great, but it's far from flawless. But we did see.
Can you see it now?
Yes. Fantastic.
Very well. I don't know. I just made a I just introduced myself. I don't know if anybody here, but I can quickly do it again. Hello, everybody. I want to thank for joining this session. My name is Bahram Dehghan. I'm a senior project manager and chief consultant in municipality of Fredrickshavn. My main task is planning sustainable development with a special focus on green transformation and job creation in the municipality. And this presentation will take about 10 minutes, and then you are free, or you're very welcome to ask questions. Well, here we are. This is the municipality in the very northern part of Jutland. We are the farthest municipality from the capital of Copenhagen, and have an inhabitant of 60,000 inhabitants, where 70% live in urban areas and 30% in rural areas.
Bahram, could you maximize your PowerPoint slide?
I'm afraid it will make a mess, but I will try. Okay. I will try. How can you see it better now?
Yes, I can see it better.
Very well. Well, yesterday we had difficulties, changing from one slide to another. But please let me know. I'm still on this location and characteristics slides. In 2018, we had a consumption or emission of 11.0 ton CO2 per inhabitant. And in 2018, we had 70.7 ton emission of CO2 per inhabitant. Now I change the slide. I hope you can follow me. Can you?
Yes.
Can you see the next slice?
Yeah.
Okay, very well. Well, our vision is to to fulfillment the target of the United Nations on 0% CO2 emission in 2050. And at the same time, by doing this, we are to create sustainable growth, I mean green jobs, by initiating public-private cooperations, interact with business, attract the business, bring new business in the municipality. Due to this, demographic challenges that we have, that the number of inhabitants are decreasing in our municipality, and in order to learn more, we interact with other cities in the world, exchanging knowledge and getting to know new ways of doing things, and durable solutions are very, very welcome. We also cooperate with the European cities to fulfill the EU climate goal, and we have prepared or set up a demonstration site for renewable energy technologies within the municipality, and also recycling is in our focus. Have an organization, we are referring to the city council and the economy committee, and then we got a United Nation target committee, and we have a steering committee, and we are in this secretariat, Energy City, together with the development and businesses, generating projects, and we fulfill the project from A to Z. Very, very low, practical approach. We're not only making plans. We carry it out to the end. Well, climate challenges are getting quite close to us. It's a picture from 2040, when we had the flooding in the northern part of city of Fredrickshavn. Also, the raise of the sea level has washed out a lot of infrastructure for us in the northwest of part of the municipality. To do this, we have to systemize our efforts, and in order to do that, I have prepared a action plan for renewable energy at 2030. And recently, I've prepared a new comprehensive climate plan, following C40 cities instructions for making such a plan. And the plan is divided into two parts, so to speak: a reduction part and a climate adaptation part. The result of this climate action plan is, as you can see, within a 10-year period, if we do whatever is written as concrete actions, we'll be able to reduce our carbon dioxide by more than 500,000 tons, and we will be able to produce renewable energy corresponding to 1,650 gigawatt hours, and energy saving initiatives would reduce our consumption by 530.3 gigawatt hours. To do this, we need in amount of investment corresponding to 1 billion euros only on reduction initiatives, and making efforts on climate adaptation initiatives. We will be needing 1.4 million euro. While doing this, we will be able to create 450 permanent jobs, and temporary jobs within the 10 years period from now to 2030 is calculated to 1,760. Well, we are also providing a demonstration site for innovative green energy production. In this case, the picture you see, it's a wave energy device which has been come to Fredrickshavn. It came to Fredrickshavn for 11 years ago, and it wasn't a device. It was some drawing on a paper, and we have help by local community, local enterprises, helping building this plant up, and it is actually operating outside Fredrickshavn Harbor in the Kattegat Sea, and we are monitoring its performance. Well, the bringing this or transforming a so-called black industry in our area. It has been a yard industry in Fredrickshavn. Is very maritime industry area, and we are transferring our local enterprises to more sustainable activities, such as Victor, which is also operating on installing solar heat and solar cells in larger scale, both within but also outside the municipality on the national stage. Trying to promote sustainable transportation in this part where your municipality is in charge actually for what collective transportation concerns, but also municipality as company. We have a fleet of approximately 500 different vehicles that we are currently transferring to electric operation. And in this case, these buses are both municipal and regional, and as well as the city buses are already converted to biogas operation. Being a harbor, we have two industrial harbors in our municipality. One is located in Skagen, a very northern part of the municipality, and also the port of Fredrickshavn. These are large harbors, and we are operating on creating a kind of smart grid solutions so that they could be self-sufficient in green energy supply and also interact with the public grid. There is a project ongoing for the time being in these two harbors. And then, we have been dealing with the establishment of one-stop shops regarding energy refurbishment of the private home sector. Many different stakeholders, artisans, as well as the financial sector, and we as a facilitator have built up a one-stop shop scheme within the municipality, and committing stakeholders and technology providers and interior architects and us as a kind of stakeholder, bringing these partners together in order to initiate some activities. Doing this, have to get to know our key actors and also end consumers. I mean, owners of single family houses, and make a customer journey how to attract their interest and how to help them through this energy refurbishment process. The same process will go for the condominiums, as they are organized differently. We have to make more effort because everybody in a condominium, consisting of X number of flats, has to be agreed upon what is to be done. And this is a customer journey for them as well. And organizational involvement. It's all about interaction and cross sectoral cooperation. It is not, it is quite a new way of doing things as local authority, as municipality. We have to get the trust of our stakeholders, that they don't look at us as an authority any longer, and they look at us as a partner. And having this idea of being in the same boat, trying to initiate activities, to initiate, to start creating new jobs and activities and bringing local politicians and commit them to support us and involve as many citizens as possible, interacting with the academia and also experts in things, because we want to do the right thing in the first place. Um, and also involving our own organization as municipality, because this is not a job for a single employee to do this. So this is actually the core of my presentation. We need to rethink our role play as a local government. We need to get into the dialogue with our surrounding society, businesses as well as financial sector. But nonetheless, the citizens are those whose habits and behavior has a direct impact on the climate, on what they buy, how they use things. Um, so this is a very, very important part of what we're doing. So at the end, I just want to say thank you for listening to me. And now, if I know it was a quite rapid, going through this, but if you have any questions, you are mostly welcome to ask. Thank you.
Okay. Bahram, that was great. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. I need just to get back to the escape. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm head of the business and prosperity for the Perth City Redevelopment. I'm an engineer, an entrepreneur. I've exited my business, and I see a huge opportunity for Perth to lead the way and pick up on the great examples that you've just shown us there. Who would lead this project? So looking at energy and who would lead it, from business to the council to the local authorities?
Yeah. It was a very great question. Thank you for that. Look, what we do is bringing the idea on the table.
Yep.
And facilitate, and just like it's any, just like any conventional planning, and say who could be interested in carrying out this activity in the local community.
Yep.
And then writing down the names.
Yep.
at the very beginning stage, and then inviting them, depending on the target group. I may ask the mayor to say welcome to these people.
Yeah.
And the idea behind this, why are we doing this?
Yep.
Why we have to do this together? And just 10 minutes kind of speech.
Yep.
And then there she goes. And then we will initiate the dialogue.
Yep.
Is the key word, the dialogue.
Right.
We are challenged. We want to bring customers to your businesses. We want to mature your customers to order your services.
Yeah.
How can we do this?
And what? So I guess that's the get the aspiration and facilitating the opportunity to move forward. And I guess it's that first step. That it's the aspiration and ambition is almost the easy bit, but then the first step and then the hard work about what's that next step. It's getting the individuals, whether organizations or businesses or individuals. I guess it's just assigning them and saying, okay, how are we going to do this, or supporting them on how we're going to do it, or.
Yes, of course. Look, as you said, it's a very first step, but we don't just leave it there. We offer, to play a role of the kind of secretary.
Yeah.
At the end of every meeting, I will, prepare a kind of to-do list, before meeting next time, who is gonna do what when,
Yeah.
and put name and connections, and and have a contact list,
Yeah.
and
Excellent.
provide everybody with this.
Yeah.
And just trying to get sharp on particular actions.
Yeah.
If you have a target group, let's say we're talking utilities, right? District heating companies. What are we to do? Well, we have some consumers, or some customers in this resistant area, which is not connected to the
Yeah.
to the public grid. All right, how do we do this? If we as municipality write a letter to these people and invite them to the meeting, what about that? Yeah, well, that could be. But I said, look, you have to give them an attractive offer,
Yeah.
a little bit lower than you usually would do.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring some artisans to help them to do how we do this. We won't make a mess in your property. Take pictures of the situation as it is now,
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
collecting, to just make it approachable, so to speak. Make it durable for the end consumers.
Okay.
Just calm them down and say, you just take care of your jobs, both wife and husband, but leave the key, and then when you come home, you wouldn't see any mess.
Yeah.
We will do this for you. We will do this for you, and in a level of quality that we as municipality, as local authority, could put our name on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's important. If people will put their name to it, and what type of jobs, the permanent jobs that you're identifying, what type of jobs are they?
Well, they are mostly is in the construction sector.
Okay.
Uh, Dealing with the buildings, and removing all windows, putting new insulation on the wall or on the roof, whatever. And also within the utilities, both electricity, what we're talking about, developing infrastructure for electrical cars, as well as district heating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also when establishing biogas plant, when establishing this new infrastructure for biogas driven vehicles. They will talk to the local educational institution that trains auto mechanics to put this into their sessions, and offer service and maintenance of electrical cars or biogas driven cars. And we have actually succeed bringing more than 4,000 students from all over Europe to Fredrickshavn, training them to repair and maintain electrical
Yeah,
cars.
that's good.
And
That's
they
very
will they
good.
will occupy the hotels. They will go
Yeah.
out and shop, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's very good. EV car mechanics. Yeah. And that's great income into you. You're bringing external money in, and yeah, that the value that's great. And where is the major energy saving? Is it heat? Is that what you see, that heat's the predominant energy usage
To
at
be
the moment?
honest, yeah. Well, I've been doing energy consultancy in 2 decades. Nowadays, everybody talks about heat saving, but I see a great potential in electricity saving as well.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not so in focus.
Yeah.
It needs to be on focus, because look at the consumption of electricity in the industry sector.
Mhm.
22% of the entire electricity in my municipality is consumed in the industrial sector, and these are huge. Just one single effort, you could gain a lot of megawatt hours savings,
Yep.
rather than going 200 homes
Yep.
through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the industry. No, good. Well, industry. Yeah. No, that's good. So when we start on our journey here in Perth, and Perth, the location of Perth, the reason that Perth is where it is because it's the highest navigable part on the River Tay where you could bring a boat up, and it's the lowest part on the river that you could cross without a bridge. So you could ford it, and not very often, but you could ford it. So they've got bridges there, and then subsequent to that, we built mills in the sort of 1300s, 1400s. So we've got a lot of natural energy, and we've got a natural connectivity, but we don't use it. So we have this huge ancient lade which brings water into the city for where the mills were, and actually and no use is made of it currently. So it's a huge potential for
You're
an
talking
energy.
hydropower then? Hydropower.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
And probably smaller scale, but it's a natural. Why wouldn't you? And in the centre of town again, we've got some apartment blocks which might lend themselves to the conversion to district heating. Because some of them have single boilers, so the geothermal low grade. So we've got huge opportunities here, and it's getting the aspiration and then the framework to move forward. So thank you very much for your time and your talk.
You're welcome.
I found it very useful. Okay.
Thank you.
No, good. All right.
Pleasure.
All right. I think
Bye-bye.
Well, I look forward to catching up, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else has any questions, please. If you do, please come on your on the screen so I can see you, and we could have a dialogue. That seems not to be the case. That would be great if you could join me on the screen. Hello, Kalina.
Hello again. I missed some parts of of your session because I was going between the different groups and helping out with technical issues. But I'm generally very interested in did you interact with the local community throughout your project, and how do people generally accept those approaches?
Well, yeah, as I said before, as you know, I consider the ability of communication as an art is not only a skill. It is my understanding, and having the local community, ordinary people, your citizens as target group. Well, you have to tailor a communication strategy. Just bring yourself to the eye level of your inhabitants, understand them, meet them where they are. Have been making many initiatives. Someone said, look, what are you doing? I just made a mobile office on wheel and run it into the residential areas, because to begin with, when I invited people to a meeting, and I couldn't see the number of participants didn't correspond to the effort I made. losing local medias, and as everybody say, oh, go Facebook, go Twitter, go, local newspapers and stuff, and your website. But it wouldn't. It didn't correspond to my expectations, so to speak. Then I made this mobile office, and get there, and just put this shop up, and said, look, I want to talk to you. Yeah, come on and talk to me then. And it helps. People are a little bit reserved. So not everybody is so open, and you're getting and, and not in public. If you have people for yourself, they would dare asking questions, or any express themselves as they wish. But as soon as you get to the public, someone are too shy, and they really wanted to communicate, but they they cannot. And that's the way we have to make a strategy in order to get under the skin of our inhabitants, because to me they are key stakeholders. They are the end consumers. If they don't buy, the business will go down. If they don't turn off the light, the consumption will go up. It is, I mean, but it has been a kind of trend that we don't consider inhabitants as being anything.
That's exactly the thing, and this is something that I have noticed through other pieces of work as well, because it's it's reasonably easy to get people in a room and professionals and discuss, but then you really need to bring this to the people on the ground, because as you mentioned, they're the end consumers, and they are the people who, in the end, they're making the change. Like, as always, it is a combination of bottom up and top down approaches, and we need everyone to be involved, but it's very important to just reach to the ordinary people. I've seen a very interesting approach where there were stalls in supermarkets. Like, obviously this was before COVID, but there were just those stalls in a supermarket where people will have like a walk-in clinic, so that they could talk about different issues such as climate change, green energy generation, all those kind of things. And I think those kind of initiatives, like your mobile office or the supermarket stalls, are very important, so that people can actually ask questions. Because, for example, like, I'm more working on like the general field of climate change mitigation, not so much focused on energy like yourself. But what I've noticed is that there are very often big headlines in the news, for example, like big titles, net zero targets, greenhouse gas emissions. But do people actually know what it means in real terms? Not necessarily. So this communication to people on the ground is absolutely key.
Exactly, and it's also a question of finding, as I said, tailoring and strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when I go in dialogue with people, I'm not holding a speech. I'm getting into dialogue with people. I kind of pursue them to ask questions. I go just direct contact to know, and say, look, what do you think? Do you and all the all the time checking the are you with me? You have any question? How about you? What did you do in your, what kind of vehicle you own, and how do you do? How does children this? How long do they stay in the shower, and just bring it to a eye level. You have to find the key, to the heart of these people, to the mind of these people, so to speak.
Exactly.
Just being an academia, and using this kind of complicated expressions, and so what?
Yeah. Actually, right now I have just started doing a PhD on greenhouse gases, and
Right.
this is exactly the balance I'm trying to reach between being in academia, doing my research, but actually remembering to bring it to the ground as well, in just
Exactly.
common terms, so that people can understand, rather than just having it as this little abstract thing that I'm fascinated by, but no one else is.
Exactly, exactly. You see, and this is the only choice we got. If we don't have this, the people with us in our agenda, who's gonna bring us to the goal, so to speak? We cannot just you cannot make your survey, and I'm also an academic. I cannot just keep on making plans for how we can get sustainable if it's not implemented, if it's not durable, if people doesn't follow what I'm saying. So it's very, very important, but I haven't seen yet enough consideration on importance of citizen involvement yet. I hear in the European Union, everybody, oh, this project, it has to have a aspect of citizen involved. It is not. It is not established. I mean, we haven't got the importance of citizen involvement yet. Just imagine if we say, look, a car-free day on Fridays or on Saturdays or whatever. Just the impact of the emission reduction on that. Just if people believe, or we have a bicycle day today. I mean, it's a sunny day, it's a beautiful day. Let's bike. And what is wrong about this? I mean, rather than just make it even more, as you say, abstract and complicated, and drawing characteristics in this way and that way. Let's do this. Let's go to actions, some action that people both can afford but also understand. It's so important.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And as you said, just something simple like a bike Friday. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. Say, put just separate your plastic weight in another container, and we'll take care of it. We'll come and pick it up, or something it's close to people's daily, habits and daily actions, activities, and at the same time, and it does count. It's all about making people do the right thing in a proper way, not ordering, not playing the wise guy. Appeal to the common sense. Say, look, this is our own planet. This is our own climate. This is your children, your grandchildren. Come on, let's just do some action, right?
Exactly.
To begin with.
I think this is very important just to remind people that we do it for ourselves as well, because we are part of the planet and we are destroying it. So it's very important to just remind ourselves generally.
Yeah. Not and having this in mind, that we are not to frighten people. Say, look, whatever fish in whatever part of world you're eating, you will be also eating heavy metals as well as macroplast.
Yep.
We actually are.
We
But
are.
we do.
And the whole system, like if we pollute heavily in one place, it it transfers
Spread
everywhere.
all over the
Like
place. Right.
my research is about nitrous oxide, which is a greenhouse gas, which is 300 times more powerful than
Right.
CO2. And basically, it mixes in the atmosphere really, really well, and it stays there for over 100 years. So basically, it doesn't matter where we emit the nitrous oxide, it will have an effect on the whole world anyway. And this applies to everything, including plastics, including heavy metal pollution. It's a whole system. So,
Right.
for example, if we have less of a problem, let's say in the UK or in Europe as a whole, compared to, for
Right.
example, Asia or another part of the world,
Right.
this doesn't mean much. It's one system, and we need to see it as such. But that's my very personal opinion.
Yeah. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. But what what we need to do is to engage people. Engage
Yep,
people.
exactly.
It is. I'm not just saving my own position by initiating some activities related. No, it is the time to get people involved and to get them engaged. That what you do and the way you do things has an impact on your surrounding environment.
Exactly.
Let's do it more wisely, and that's the only appeal
Yeah.
So,
Well,
how long are you in your study?
I started in September, so I have 3 more years to go.
Oh, I see. I have a very, very good colleague of mine. We know Christina, also a Bulgarian girl at your age, working in the neighboring uh, community. Uh, great. I mean, they are so dedicated to the job, and we need someone who are passionate about this. Otherwise, there are so many forces, trying to push you back. Well, you shouldn't allow that.
Thank you. How did you
Well,
guess I'm Bulgarian, by the way? I mean, I am.
yeah. Alan told me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
As she said, I'm a very nervous. She said in the morning to begin with, and I said, well, all right.
Hi,
Hello,
John. How are
John.
you?
I'm great. Can you hear me?
Yes. We
Yes. A
can see you
pleasure
as
having you here.
well.
Well, Bahram, I really appreciate this. Sorry, as Galina knows, I've had a host of technical issues, but I've only caught you late on, and I look forward to going back. I'm hoping, Galina, that we can actually look at some of these sessions, go back and see a lot of these, which is great news. But Bahram, I was just actually wondering, very interested and completely agree with the necessity of being able to bring the public along, especially when one looks at large-scale wholesale electrification and the decarbonisation of spatial heating, which clearly is an important issue here. That is going to require a huge amount of disruption if one is going to look at someone like Perth and the energy master planning for Perth to be able to deliver a large-scale district heating system, which I think must be one of our strong aspirations. But I just wondered if you wanted to comment on when people, I'm actually in the energy sector and I'm a waste to energy developer, and we're looking at a 30 megawatt waste to energy plant in Inverurie. And I think we're going to be talking a little bit more detail up in the north of Scotland. We're going to be talking a little bit more detail in the next on the next session that we have. But just really commenting about large-scale electrification specifically for cars, and the fact that we believe that most cars that are going to be purchased in the next 10, 20 years are going to be electric cars as opposed to piston cars. And everybody has an aspiration to be able to charge those cars quite quickly. And talking about heat particularly, and the infrastructure that's going to be required for us to put large-scale district heating pipes, a lot of critical infrastructure and works that are going to be required to put those district heating pipes in. My point has always been the fact that the existing grid that we have, electrical grid that we have at the moment, will not sustain the amount of fast chargers that we're wanting if we're wanting hundreds of chargers throughout the city. So I just wondered if you wanted to comment on the fact that the probability is that most of our streets are going to need to be dug up anyway to put in the new critical infrastructure required for electrification. And it really behoves us to ensure that we look at energy master planning, heat and power, in a holistic fashion, as opposed to specific points. Because if we're going to put in a new wire, why wouldn't we put a district heating pipe in at the same time?
Right. Right. Well, as far as the district heating concerns, we are, and I personally have been in favor of district heating and expansion of district heating areas in our municipality, even though they are now talking about setting individual heat pumps in the district heating, as we call it, collective district heating areas, and I don't agree with that. I do believe that the district heating has a continuously future in this sustainable development, as it is a byproduct of getting rid of some waste. You have these CHP plants. You're producing electricity on, we call waste in Denmark as a sustainable source, fuel source.
Yeah, absolutely. It's biomass.
And yes, electricity as well as heat. So it must have a future in the future sustainable balanced energy system. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And for what electrical cars concern, we were talking only. This is a quite wise. I don't know if they do it on purpose or not. Do we know what percentage of the electric energy we are putting in our vehicles are actually produced on green basic?